The Springboard Roadshow 2025 is rolling across the country of Ghana. It started in Bolga, then moved to Wale Wale, then went to Tamale. Now we've come all the way to the west, and we are now in Wa. What is happening in Wa? It is lit. It is bursting with so much energy. Springboard has been privileged to partner with the Mastercard Foundation to roll out the Ghana Grows Program. The Ghana Grows Program focuses on changing mindsets that people may have, negative mindsets people may have about the opportunities in the extended value chain for agribusiness and ATVET. Therefore, if that is what we're looking at, that's what we're focusing on, why don't we look for someone in the agri-processing space to work with here in Wa? So guess where we ended up in? We came to AU Dassan. This is someone who started doing agro-processing, not today. So we'll get into his story. It's a beautiful story. It's a story about research, a story about finding opportunity, and a story of persisting despite the obstacles that he came across. And now he is supporting his community, supporting young persons in the agribusiness space, and supporting his own dreams. We'll go for a quick break. When we return, we are with you up close and personal with AU Dassan.
Ghana, the Springboard Roadshow 2025 is here, connecting through 16 regions, inspiring 500,000 youth in one amazing experience. Join Comfort Ocran, Reverend Albert Ocran, and other amazing speakers for practical insights, mentorship, training, and real opportunities to shape your future. Entry is free. Dial *718*50# to register now, or call 0308-255-775. Follow us on all social media platforms at Springboard Channel for updates. Springboard Roadshow is brought to you by Mastercard Foundation, Springboard Roadshow Foundation, and partners.
And welcome back to the Springboard Hangouts with Comfort Ocran. Today, as I said, we are in Wa. We are with AU Dassan, and I want to find out how he came up with the concept, his background, and what they do here, and most importantly, what role they are playing in our economy in Ghana. So, Mr. Dassan, welcome to the Springboard Hangout. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great.
You know, today it was a privilege listening to you during the Springboard Roadshow, you talking about what you do. Can you give us a little background story about who you are and what you do?
Yeah. My name is Mumuni Dassan Isa, the founder and leader of AU Dassan Limited. AU Dassan Limited was actually registered with Registrar General Department in 2015 as a venture, meaning that it was a sole proprietorship until 2017.
Okay.
Until 2023, there was a need for us to either convert it into an NGO or a limited liability company. That I decided to opt out for the limited liability company. The decision to establish AU Dassan Limited didn't actually come from the blue.
Okay.
It came from two thematic reasons.
Tell us more.
Reason number one is that I had done a study at my master's level looking at poverty and environmental degradation.
Okay.
And at the end of the study, I realized that to deal with the menace of poverty and also limit the impact of human activity on the environment, what policy needed to do was to focus on agriculture.
Okay.
And out of the study, it appeared that agriculture had 4 teams. Sometimes I call them clusters. The first team being the primary production, that is the source and the origin of all the agricultural raw material. The second is, now that we've gotten the produce from the farms, now we are no more in a peasantry where people just need to keep them to consume. People are now going to commercial agriculture. Then we need to do something about the excess.
Okay.
So it means converting the excess into something that could be stored for reuse at a future time. Then the third branch looked at one I described in my work as tertiary agriculture, even though a lot of people don't agree with me on several platforms. I call it tertiary because I see people who are running chop bar, restaurant, and various eateries to be part of the agricultural value chain.
They are.
But a lot of people don't discuss including them.
Okay.
But I have decided to include them
in
my work.
The Ghana Growth Program, they are part of the extended value chain for agric and ATV.
Then the fourth tier that I call the agricultural support service.
Okay.
The agricultural support service because with that you are not able to tell exactly what a particular service or an auxiliary needed for a particular community or a particular situation. So it is left open. So if you get into a particular community to do agric as an animator, you do the need assessments. Then after the assessment, you come to realize that community A needs water. Maybe just source of water could be a reason why agricultural productivity is low. They don't have a school. Just because there's no school, maybe a kindergarten, a primary school, parents cannot leave their children and go to the field to go and work. When we are building a clinic, a hospital, to serve them so that people can work, then become medical facility for agriculture, on and on and on and on. So the list is inexhaustible. The second reason is I happen to be a worker with Zoom Lion Ghana.
Right.
And in 2014, 2015, thereabout, the company had brought in a new policy and we're supposed to do something we call regional autonomy and decentralization. And we were supposed to look out for local content businesses, other than waste. And my data is a little bit archaic. If you look at the 2010 population and housing census, the data indicated that the Upper West region here was about 16% urban.
Wow.
And 84% rural.
Wow.
And if you look at this analysis, you'd come to agree with me that Upper West region is largely a rural community. And it is urbanized areas and somehow industrialized areas that generate waste. So it means the Zoom Lions call for waste here was just not a way to go.
Yes.
So we were fronting for us to be related to agriculture because rurality has got a connotation or a correlation with agriculture. So I
love that.
But unfortunately, the concept, either because of the way it was presented or the way it was done, didn't sync well with the people. But on and on and on, I decided that I just have to take on the business and go along with it. So I started with the production of peanut butter, added the Tom Brown, Hausa cocoa, and on and on and on until 2020. So
I love how your background in research, your background in being part of an organization that is looking at what is the next opportunity. And then you realizing that as at now, that particular concept may not work here, but you believed in the concept so much that you decided, I'm going forward to try out if there can be a marriage between my thought processes, my research, and the opportunities that you observed in a rural area, but you could now start secondary production there. So you have started. Did you start immediately with a place like this, or you started in a smaller space?
Yes, I did start in a very small space.
In a very small space.
Very, very small.
Tell us the truth. Was it your bedroom?
Not my bedroom as such. I rented a one-room store.
Okay.
Where we did the processing. We actually outsourced the mailing and what have you.
Okay.
Then we went in to go and do packaging.
So you started with packaging only?
Yeah, we started with the mailing. We processed, but now unlike this time where we have the machines that we can do, we outsource the mailing service.
The mailing service was elsewhere, and then you would bring it and come and package.
Come and do the packaging.
Come and package. And how did that go?
Yeah, it was a bit tough, but the issue was I was just determined that I just have to do it.
Okay.
And it's a must-do project.
Right.
So I went on till we reached a point where I saw that things were getting better. We added another shop in the same lane. Okay. One for storing our raw material and another one for just the packaging. Until 2017, I got in touch with MIDA.
Right.
MIDA in 2017 provided a fund of 5,000 Canadian dollars that we converted to buy some motorbikes, because as at that time, my priority was not on getting the equipment. I was focusing on marketing, because once you are able to market, then you can always be in business. So we bought motorbikes that could be used to pull our product around.
So were you selling your products mainly in WA, or you started thinking about going beyond WA?
We're selling mainly in WA, and no, just mainly in the Upper West region.
Mainly in the Upper West region.
In the Upper West region. But I think the coverage was just in WA Township, WA West, WA East, Nadoli, and the longest we went was Jirapa.
Right. It's a beautiful story. It's one which shows movement from one aspect to another. And I can't wait for us to continue this conversation. So we're coming for a quick break. When we return, we'll hear more from Mr. Dassan, who owns AU Dassan here in WA and is making a lot of impact on lives here in WA. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
After touring all 15 regions, the 2025 Springboard Roadshow now heads to Accra for the grand finale. A national celebration of innovation, inspiration, and the unstoppable spirit of Ghana's youth. Join us on Saturday, 22nd November at the Ohene Kunedu Auditorium, UPSA Accra from 9 a.m. The Springboard Roadshow is brought to you by the Ghana Growth Program, an initiative of the Mastercard Foundation in partnership with the Springboard Roadshow Foundation and its consortium partners, with support from Absa Bank, the Multimedia Group, and Graphic Communications Group. Springboard Roadshow 2025, connecting young people to agriculture, agribusiness, and ATVET.
My name is Nuriat Haruna, and I am a beneficiary of the Ghana Growth Program and currently interning with AU Dassan Ventures.
My name is Winifred Zoya, and I'm a participant of the Ghana Growth Program. I'm currently interning at AU Dassan Ventures.
Being part of this internship presents a great opportunity to me. Getting to learn from a great man like Mr. Dassani.
Currently, I'm equally starting my own business, which is processing of vegetables into powder products and also shea butter cosmetics.
Being part of this opportunity, I intend to go into vegetable processing so that this can also solve the challenge that our patients are facing.
After this program, I intend to gain much skills and experience whilst interning at AU Dassan Ventures so that it can also build my business to grow.
Other young people out there, if you hear of this opportunity, please don't give it a second thought. Just jump on it, because it's only opportunities upon opportunities that you are going to get. And to Springboard, MasterCard Foundation, and then Ghana Groups, I say a very big thank you. Not forgetting AU Dassan Ventures and Ghana Groups. Hope Day.
Welcome back from engaging with the interns. How do you find that? You realize how excited they are with what they are doing here. This is their first day, but they really are looking forward to it. And so I want to say that if you have an idea and you think that it may not work, try it. Who knows? Maybe one day you will get the opportunity to bring on interns because your business is growing and growing well. Mr. Dassan, we have heard you. It seems to me that indeed the idea that you had about looking at the primary production and adding value to what we do, and therefore you starting this factory, is working. Do you, in your future programming, think that it is possible that you will start doing the tertiary production as well? Because right now you're doing the secondary.
Yeah. That has actually been the core of my business.
Wow.
But I only knew that I need to crawl, walk, and run.
I love that.
So when I get to that point that I'll have to run, then the eatery would become first.
Wow.
Because I did a 3-year program in nutrition, and the emphasis was on catering. And accidentally and coincidentally, my mother was a food vendor, so I learned a lot about food preparation. Apart from the academic and theoretical aspect, I have practical hands on deck. If you look at the profile of our products,
okay,
I think we have over 200 products in the making.
In AU Dassan?
In AU, we have over 200 products that we can do, even though we haven't done all. Some of them have been experimented and they are feasible, it can be done. So we are only going through the system to ensure that we can roll it out. For example, if you pick our granite paste, let me do the clusters first. My products have been clustered into 6 clusters. Mm-hmm. Cluster 1, I call it the breakfast foods. Cluster 2, the flours. Cluster 3, the butters. Cluster 4, the spices. Cluster 5, the drinks, that's the beverages. And cluster 6, the vegetables. So now in each cluster, you then go in and you realize that there's a lot. For instance, if you pick our breakfast foods, the Tom Brown alone, we are producing about 10 different variants of Tom Brown.
10 different variants of Tom Brown?
Yeah. The House of Cocoa, we are doing same.
And what is the market like?
Yeah, what's happening is that, it's like I am still doing a lot of sampling.
Okay.
I am doing a lot of sampling to get what exactly the people will be looking for.
The market wants.
So, for instance, we produce Tom Brown using millet.
Okay.
We produce Tom Brown using maize. Now, we've gotten to a point that we've come to agree that maize, soya, rice and soya are core ingredients in our Tom Brown.
Oh, wow. So
now we do soya wheat only. We do soya maize only. We do millet, soya only. Then now we do the ones that I say, those particular products that are coming up after are things that we are using to combat post-harvest.
Okay.
So you have some of our Tom Brown that has got sweet potato in it. You've got some of our Tom Brown that has yam in it. You have some of the Tom Brown that have got plantain in it. So as at when a particular product is becoming a waste, we just rush to the market and then wipe the farmer's tears. But I'm thinking that we should get it in a sustainable form, such that if we are liquid and we are capable, we shouldn't just go and buy the product at those throwaway prices, or else some of the products or some of the farm produce will get extinct because of lack of market.
So there's a need for us to rethink our whole system, and see how everyone will benefit from playing a role in the particular place in the extended value chain.
Yes. So I said in Ghana today, our problem is not with primary production. All efforts towards primary production, yes, good, but after the people produce, what next?
So the key thing is, how do we increase the areas or places where we have production, secondary production, to be able to take advantage of the production base that we have in the country? You know, you are a miracle.
Maybe you are just saying it.
No. So here's someone who starts as somebody who is working in somebody's business, and then you say, okay, I'm going for training. You get an idea, you mull over the idea, and then you decide to start working on it. It starts from a small basis. It's grown beautifully, but I can see, just sitting here, that this is just the beginning, the base. You haven't done anything yet.
Yes, that's actually the tip of the iceberg.
I tell you, and you're telling me that from here, if we come to you in 5 years' time, what we're going to see, it will be a totally different thing, because you would have expanded exponentially.
Yes. You know, in my marketing lessons at the advanced level, at the A level, I remember one quotation in one author called J.A. Texan. J.A. Texan said that any organization that would survive should be an organization that anticipates tomorrow's consumer taste. Tomorrow, people might not just need raw. You realize that people don't need raw Tom Brown. No. They need it cooked.
Yeah.
So that is why my emphasis is on the tertiary production.
I mean, to this meeting or this conversation has been an eye-opening one for me. I've always known that it's possible to expand. But sometimes we think that when we are not in Accra, it's not possible. Being here has shown that it's not only is it possible, but if you put your hand to it, you will see a dream explode before your own eyes. I'm grateful. I'm grateful for the opportunity to interact with you. So, sir, if we are, I'm sorry I'm calling you sir, but when you recognize big greatness, you have to appreciate it.
Thank you, madam.
So, if we are to come to you and ask you, what kind of advice would you give to young people who are watching us today? What words, what 3 pieces of advice would you like to give to people watching us today?
The advice I have for anybody, anywhere, is that there is no job that has got a potential. No particular job has a potential. You are the potential, and you need to make the potential be a potential. And one thing I want to advise everybody is that everybody should be persistent and consistent.
Persistent and consistent?
Yeah, because I would reprofile myself. And I was a teacher. I trained as a teacher. I completed training college in 1996. Then after the master's program in 2010, in 2012, I joined Zoom Lion. I realized that switching on the jobs have cost me a lot. Maybe if I were very persistent and consistent with Ghana Education Service, I should have been a director now, because majority of my mates are directors and headmasters at secondary schools. I just left Zoomlayo in 2020. Even people who are my juniors are now regional managers and other managers. So people pick a particular job that you are just interested in and be consistent, you will develop. So the people should just be consistent.
And they'll develop. So number one, pick up something, be focused on what you're doing, diligent and consistent. This, secondly, to ensure that when you decide what you are doing, just keep at it. Boss, what will be your last words for our audience today?
My last words to our audience today is that the agricultural sector should be looked at by all people. And people who choose that area as a profession, as a vocation, whether in the farming, whether in processing, whether in providing support service, should continue, because that is going to be the lifeline and the lifeblood of the country and the world at large. So as long as they pick anything relating to agri, they should be consistent, they would succeed.
Wow. Agric is our lifeline. Be consistent, focus there, and you will succeed. Because most of the time, young people are looking for success, but this is the way to go. I hope you've learned a lot from Mr. Dassan here in WA at AU Dassan Ventures Limited. He started as a teacher, continued as an office worker, decided to start his own business in a one room, then moved to two rooms, then got the opportunity to build his first primary factory. And as he is saying, this is just the beginning. And I agree with him, because I see the potential for what he can do in future. I see the employment opportunity. I see the people who would now have the opportunity to work with him. And then I see how people would now be able to eat food that his potential company would grow. You know, dreaming is free. Planning is also free. But it's very, very important to act. So with the words of wisdom we've gained from AU Dassan here in WA, I want to encourage you. What dream have you thrown away that you think is too small to make a difference? So that brings us to the end of today's conversation. And therefore, until we come your way again next week with another interesting conversation, know that you are loved. You are blessed. You are the most important person in the whole wide world. We love you.
Nigeria to Zimbabwe, yeah. Here's where we turn around. Here's where we turn around. Make that change, turn around.